One time for the birthday twins. One time for the birthday twins.
Two times for the birthday twin. Hi guys, welcome back to That's So Thinkative. I'm your host Janelle, aka the baddest. Hope everyone is doing well. I got a guest today. I got my birthday twin. I got a producer, artist, a rapper, and the one who made the That's So Thinkative jingle. Hey, Gabe.
So happy to be here.
I'm so happy you're here. Thank you.
Great. Yes, of course.
I'm in where we are, Concord,
California.
Concord. How do you say it?
Concord.
I feel like it sounded weird. California. Came out here to film this episode. So excited. How you doing? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good.
That's good.
Honestly.
Maybe the mic has to be closer, I think.
Yeah, definitely. There we go.
Feeling good?
Yes, get it out of my face.
Out your face.
But yeah, honestly, everything's going really well. I was talking about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm in a good overall space as a person right now.
That's good. That's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Before every episode, I want to do this thing. I'm starting this thing.
Okay.
By the time they hear this episode, I've already started this thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a moment of gratitude. So I'm going to say something I'm grateful for, and I want you to say something you're grateful for in this moment right here. So what I'm grateful for in this moment right here is the fact that I'm here with someone I met in college who has the same birthday, and now we're both creatives and doing things and putting ourselves out there, and I'm grateful to have a friend like you and to know someone as creative and as ambitious as you. So I'm grateful for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I would say, yeah, I'm grateful for you coming out here and wanting to do your podcast with me. I'm grateful for all your support and your excitement with my art. You know, like you being just as excited about it. It's really special to have people like you in my life that care about what I'm doing as much as I do. Yeah. You know, I don't need the validation to keep doing it, but obviously it really helps to.
It's so good to hear.
People care.
Yeah.
And say this is sick. I really like what you're doing.
Yeah, I was just telling him earlier today that I have tend to be uncertainty is reality, and then it will be fine on one of my heavy days playlists. It's a playlist I listen to when I'm sad, and that gets me up. It goes in order, so it starts off really sad, and then it'll pick up oh, okay, everything's getting better, and those songs are at the end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm grateful for your friendship and your us blending our art together. Yeah. And creating more together. That's really important.
It is. I'm so grateful. The question of the week is, what is the craziest bar you've heard?
The craziest bar?
Wildest bar ever. I think it's a Nikki bar out here somewhere that's honestly, floating in my head that I know is crazy.
You know, there's a thing that my partner Nova does where she'll just out of nowhere start a cappella rapping Nikki verses. And some of the things she the bars, I'm like, that's a crazy thing to say.
Nikki's wild.
I'm trying to think of something. Wildest bar.
You know, I have one.
It's probably a Nicki or a Wayne.
It
bar,
is.
honestly.
It has to be a Nicki or a Wayne, most likely.
They say wild shit.
I can't. What is the song called? It's off that Pink album. Let me look. I gotta look it up because I really want to say it because it's funny. She was like, "Ain't no fat man telling me what he ain't eating," because DJ Khaled said he doesn't eat.
Wow.
And she's
so petty, bro.
Barbie Dreams. It was in Barbie Dreams. She was like, that whole song is just wild. She's going at every male artist ever and just talking crazy. So
I love that.
Yeah, and then she has Roman come out at the end. So very, very traumatic. Not traumatic. Chaotic.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Craziest bar.
Do you have a crazy bar that you said and been like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, or that's kind of wild?
As I'm writing, I check myself. I also don't say crazy shit, but I would before I even get to a song, I'd be like, I'm not gonna say that.
Why not? Say the wild things.
I think I'm at a point now where I'm gonna just start saying whatever.
Yeah.
And just rapping the rap at some points.
Rapping the rap.
Rapping
I like
the
that.
rap. Yeah, off the top of my head, I feel like it's a Smino bar maybe. Because he says some really crazy
He
shit.
does. Do you listen to Doechii?
Yeah.
I feel like you have a blend, your style and Smino, and y'all can kind of blend together in a way because it's alternative, it's different. There's nothing like it, and I feel like that's what when I think of your music, it's kind of hard to compare you to other people. It's very different. like very different. So yeah,
that's definitely the big inspiration. And Doechie's new album is fucking amazing.
It's hilarious. I was listening to him on my walk, and I was like, "Oh wait, hold on!" Especially when she's like the rap one, the funny one. It's like boom, boom, rap, rap.
Yeah.
Like, I just like when people do weird stuff. It's so fun. But yeah.
Hold on, yeah. Actually, let me do the same
Yeah,
thing.
look it up.
Research.
Yeah, you gotta research.
I know he said
I
some
felt that.
wild shit. Hold on 1 second.
Lil Wayne probably said some crazy stuff too.
Lil Wayne said too much wild shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, just like off the top of my head, like almost drowned in her so I swam to her butt is like an insane thing to say. Like, who the fuck says that shit?
Iconic. Let's talk about this real quick because Lil Wayne is the only rapper who talks about eating or he started it. He started that trend.
He did.
I really appreciate him for that.
It's been like that since like I don't even know 07, maybe earlier.
Drowned in her.
Almost drowned in her so I swam to her butt.
Iconic. Love him for
That's
that.
crazy to say.
Lovely man. Did you want him to perform at the
At the halftime? I'm honestly, this might be
he's from Louisiana.
This might be a blasphemous take, but I'm not a Wayne fan. I don't enjoy Wayne's music.
All right, we need to pack this up.
Yeah, episode over, bro. Fucked up.
What?
You know what it is? I'm not big on punchline rap.
Oh.
And Wayne is just like 90% punchline rap, so it's just not like my thing necessarily. But I respect it. I also don't like Eminem's music either.
I can understand that part.
So there's like certain people.
Lil Wayne, I mean, Eminem has songs that I like though. But I can understand why if that's not like your person.
There are still Wayne songs I enjoy, but overall I'm just like I'm not really into.
So what kind of rap are you into?
I like at this point, I like that's why I like Smino so much. There's so much happening in his delivery and like the melody and the flow and everything. Like I don't know what he's saying off top almost ever, but it sounds
good,
crazy. But then when you really listen to his lyrics, he's rapping top tier.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a big Smino fan, and she put me on. So every time I think Smino, I think of her. Shout out to Asia. She also April 23rd. She has.
Damn, I gotta meet Asia now.
I literally know too many people have my birthday.
That's actually crazy.
My birthday, our birthday.
It's your birthday.
My birthday.
You can have it, yeah. It's your birthday. I'll take it when you're done with it.
That is so funny. Okay, I have some questions.
Okay.
I wrote them down. Being professional, guys.
We got itinerary.
Itinerary first. When did you start getting into music? So when is like your first I like this. This inspires me.
I think I started rapping in some capacity like my freshman year of high school. Mm-hmm. That's because my best friend Lee, who goes by Leezy the Gifted as an artist, he's still making music. He's got a whole thing going on. But he was really serious about it. Like at that point, he was like wanting to write and put out songs. He was like recording songs on his iMac speaker at one point. Like he was doing that shit like that. It's like rapping on his fucking giant desktop.
Oh wow.
So I just because my best friend was doing it, I was kind of got into it, but I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't good at all. Really bad, obviously. I think the point where I wanted to start doing it on my own for real was like maybe 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Probably. That's when I started to release music more regularly.
So when you picked it up as a freshman, did you continue doing it, or did you kind of play with it here and there? Okay.
I was writing some verses with Lee and then one of my other best friends, Melvin. Mm-hmm. They were more serious about it at the time, and so I would just rap with them. Yeah. Here and there. Yeah. But I was never making songs. I wasn't going home and writing on my own. I was only doing it when I was with them. Okay. So it was super a friend thing. We were kicking it. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it was honestly, it was a little bit after we graduated SF State when I started to feel as though journalism it felt more of a job. Yeah. Now I started to not enjoy it anymore. Yeah. And I was interning, doing sports writing, and it was cool, but it didn't feel very fulfilling. Mm-hmm. And I was and music was always the thing. I was I can always do this and never get tired of it. Yeah. So I figured, let me just put my effort into this and see where it goes. What happens. Yeah. Yeah. What are some of your early influences on music? So if you think about it now, who were you first listening to and you're oh, I like the way this sounds and I kind of want to imitate this in a way? I know, honestly, I feel a big subconscious part of how I make music is all the stuff my parents were playing growing up, because they played I mean, this CD rack here is kind of like an example
Yeah.
of it, but it's just all over the place. It could be funk, it could be rock, it could be country, it could be soul, Zydeco music from New Orleans. My parents were playing everything.
Yeah.
All different kinds of stuff, and like never like rap wasn't a thing. It wasn't their thing, but it was a lot of funk and soul.
Any artists that you can remember?
I remember definitely War, the group where my dad loves that group. Tower of Power. I remember hearing a Sade song. At that point, I didn't know it was Sade. And then when I went back to listen to Sade,
I love her.
I was like, oh, that's the song my parents were playing at that point. I thought Sade was new in like early 2000s. Or like I thought she was like a late 90s artist. I was like, oh, she came out into the 70s, like early 80s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe early 80s, not 70s.
Yeah.
It was like 80 something, I think. I was like, damn. So it was like all that I can remember. I think that influenced the way that I especially like approach percussion and drums in my music, because I think I like a lot of varied percussion and rhythms, and then playing a lot of like Caribbean music, salsa music, playing a lot of like different African music. I think all that coalesced into like
you
influencing how I create.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite artists now?
Right now, we're talking about Smino.
Number one. When
Him.
is his next album coming out? I think
I just saw him post like yesterday that he's working on it.
Okay.
Finishing it. But I still listen to Love for Rent. I still listen to everything. I still listen to Black Swan and Noir and old SoundCloud stuff. It's him and Saba.
I never heard of him.
Those are my top two. They have music together also. He's from Chicago.
Probably heard of him and never knew it was him.
Yes.
That's
you
probably
most likely heard his verses.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was him.
Yeah, definitely.
He's amazing. It's kind of like it will just kind of vary between them two.
Yeah.
Day to day, because Saba can be more heavier on the emotion, whereas Smino doesn't really hit that like emotional. He's so playful and fun.
He's a Libra. Yeah, it's giving very much so playful and fun and lying.
Just faking it. Yeah,
they're liars.
Don't believe them. But yeah, it's between them two a lot. But I listen to I love Mick Jenkins a lot. I like Rex Life Raj a lot. He's from Berkeley.
Yeah.
Rex is a really big one too, because he's just like real life rap. He's really talking about things he's going through all the time.
Do you have any artists you think you're similar? I feel like you are similar to Smino and like Doechii in a way. Yeah. Like they're different. Any kind of alternative rap or like any type of like just alternative anything I think of, you know? And that's what they kind of give. I like how fun they are, how free they are. Yours, I feel music feels more self-reflective and like introspection, like kind of music kind of makes you think. Yeah. Or makes you feel or makes you dig deeper kind of music. Theirs is more fun, artsy too. But
I'm trying to lean more into that realm because I'm tired of always being so
serious or like or self-reflective.
Yeah, and that's where my brain goes right away most of the time. But I want to just like, because in my everyday life, I'm just like a goof. Yeah, I don't take anything too seriously. But then the music comes and like that whole part of my personality just like doesn't make its way into the music. So I'm trying to figure out how to blend
the both. Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Leo rising, right?
I don't know.
Your mom told me. So.
Okay. You know more than I do.
I asked.
Yeah. She's like, I know this and this.
Yeah.
And this.
His mom already knows everything. I love that. Like I just locked in already.
She was ready,
Yeah. The Taurus moon is really interesting because like I love a Taurus moon. You know, Zendaya has a Taurus moon. I have a Taurus sun.
Okay. You gotta explain the moon and
the rising.
Rising.
So like the rising is like your how you come off to other people and how people like mostly perceive you as. I don't perceive you as a Leo though. You don't give off I need the center of attention, but you are the only child.
So that's where
where the Leo comes in.
Yeah.
But the moon is like how you deal with your emotional side and like how you deal with like just dealing. Oh, my voice sound good. Hold on.
Hold on a second.
I heard myself.
I turned myself on. Oh shit.
She spit it. Hold on. Ooh. But yeah, the moon is like your emotional side and how you deal with like. This is very generic version I'm giving off, but yeah. I don't know your Venus yet, but I'm assuming it has to be something very reserved because you're very reserved in that regard from what I see.
Yeah, that's in terms of like romantic stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Venus
for
is
sure.
romantic.
I don't like sharing shit.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your album that you released earlier this year, 2024, May 28th.
May 28th.
Yeah, May 28th. Objects in the Mirror.
Yeah.
Objects in the Mirror. Where did you come up with the name?
The name
It was
came.
it feels like Mac Miller has an album called that too.
He has a song.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
actually
okay.
like damn near my favorite Mac song. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
like serendipitous.
I like that word.
Serendipitous.
That word is interesting.
Vocabulary.
You look at you. You are
I'm a rapper.
You
for
a
real.
scholar.
The name came from there's this artist from Oakland that actually lives in New Orleans now named Satya. She's a really, really talented like folk kind of R&B blend. And I gone to a show of hers in Oakland. I guess this was like late 2022 or something like that, or early 23, probably late, somewhere around there. And she was doing, she had a headline show, and she was doing like a music video premiere for a new song she was putting out. The song's called Checker Print Kitchen. And when she was getting ready to play the video, she was giving a little like backstory of the song. At this time, like I was working on the album.
Yeah.
And all I had in my head was like perspective for the title of something around there. I had no actual like title for it. So I was there kicking it, like just enjoying the concert. And she was talking about what Checker Print Kitchen means to her. And she was saying that phrase invokes so many memories of all these homes where she grew up in, having that same floor pattern. And so it kind of like made her think of all these childhood memories when she sees that checker print pattern on the kitchen. And I was like really inspired by that. I was like, oh, that phrase can have all these meanings. It can go from just that floor pattern to then like all these memories that you have from when you were younger with family who might not be around anymore, all these things. I'm pretty sure on my drive home from the concert, I was like driving like normal. And I think I looked at my car mirror and saw the objects in the mirror closer than they appear. I think I looked at that and something like clicked in my brain at that point. And I was like, that's what it is. That's the title, Objects in the Mirror. I think that makes sense.
What do you think of when you look at your album as a whole now compared to when you first started? Like now you took a minute, look back at it.
Look back at it, what?
When you look back at it now, what do you see when you look at it now? That body of work.
I'm really, really proud of it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I was
talking
to Nisha just now, and she was like, "Make sure
you talk your shit.
Say something." I think there's very few artists like at my level of like upcoming who put as much intention into their music as I do, because I like there's so many people who would probably tell me, "Oh, don't put out an album, put out singles, put out an album makes no sense. You have no fan base, all these things that." Because like they're thinking more of it from a
money standpoint,
and like, oh, the short attention span. It's like I'm not even trying to cater to people with short attention spans. So if you want a 2-minute song with nothing being said, then go listen to that. But that's not what I'm doing.
That's not my audience. Yeah.
So I say that to say, I'm really proud of like everything I did for that album. Like all the steps I took from like contacting people like you for interludes and like building a whole idea and a theme.
Yeah.
I think it's really special. I think it's like, that's why I want to keep promoting it for so long, because
it's really good. Let's talk about the concept too, because it feels, when listening back to it, I was listening to it on my way here again. It's just such a self-reflective, vulnerable, honest, but like uplifting. And then it just has its moments of like, oh, that's like really funny. Like I told you, like the freaky part. Still, like I love the way you like turned your voice over, like switched it up. I love when you do that. And like the beats, because I know you produce most of it, right? Or all of it?
Yeah, everything except I collabed on the beat for Crib by the Coast with my friend Jay, and then on composure, Jay made the outro.
Yeah.
Of the song. Yeah,
because it was like a lot of blend of your friends. You could tell that you could tell that it was built with intention, because you could tell you were actively searching out certain people who you knew would add to it, and then like you wanted to make sure that your friends were involved. So like, what was the inspiration behind that part?
I think the best art is made by like a bunch of people. You know, I think when people like all these ideas come together, I think that's when the best art is made. I also don't have the need for anybody to like, I don't even like outwardly say that like I produced everything. Like I just don't feel the need to like have people know that necessarily. You know, like I don't need to lead with my ego.
Yeah.
Like you like it or you like the music, and I don't need you to know that like I did all this. It's like that's
I know I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's important to collab because like people bring different ideas and just have different talents that I don't have. You know, like my friend Blanket Boy like played live bass on like 3 songs. He did the bass on Tend to Be. He did the bass on It'll Be Fine. I can't play bass. You know, he's like an incredible musician, incredible artist. So like, why not reach out to him?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to figure out a bass line that wouldn't connect as well, or just different people adding different elements that I'm not capable of, and just utilizing my community that I have. You know, like I have all these really amazing people that I've met and that fuck with me, and so why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Tap in with them and ask them to be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of times we try to like, especially in this day and age, it's promoted to just like be this super hard working people, don't let no one help you kind of way. And it's like, nah, like there's people who can add to it in a different way that I can't. I am special in my own right, but I know that there's someone who can do this a lot easier and a lot better and can like probably see it a lot different than I can. Exactly. And I might like it even more. And most of the time I usually like things other people do more than I like my own, which is very strange to me. I'm trying to work on that.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. It's like, it's a self-doubt thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorites? If you could pick one, you only could pick one. If you could pick one song off your album that you're the most proud of, that you look back and you like, I ate that the fuck up. I ate that up. What song would that be? Or yeah, after that one first, I have a second one too.
Honestly, it's probably Grip, the last song on the album.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my
I think like as far as like that was like the epitome of intention of this intentional album. Like I never sat and like structured a beat that way. Like I was so intentional of like I wanted to change like this and feel like this and like have parts added, and where I put my friend Melvin's spoken part.
That's at the end, right?
It's like that's the very last song.
Yes. Okay.
And just like starting it with like a spoken word, like a poem. You know, having that go into the verse and then this. I think that's like my best song that I've created.
Yeah. If you
to date, yeah.
If someone was getting into your music, right, and you were like, they're like, what song do you think I should listen to first to get like a real good feel of like what I can expect from you? What song do you think that would be? Or would you suggest?
I'd probably tell him Tend to Be.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that's like most people's favorite song.
I'm on that song.
She's on that song. She made the song. Like having her edition that really like encapsulated the whole thing.
I love that song.
Yeah. I think it's so...
I have my coworkers listen to it at work.
Sick.
They told me
that's where my streams are coming from.
Yeah, they literally told me, she's like, I told one of my coworkers about it, and then she told some other people, and I was like, I love when people do that, because sometimes you get shy about like promoting things or in any way. But I'm like, this is my friend, I want to make sure, and then also I'm on the song, so I'm going to.
Yeah,
and she was we're in a break room. She was like, I just listened to it, it's so good. I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. It was so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very proud of you. That song is really good. And Hear My Voice was so strange. Uncertainty is Reality. That one. First of all, I got that quote from something on Twitter, and I ran with it because like now every time I think about
that's your quote now.
Yeah, I claim it now. But just a beautiful song, and I like the way you flip the song, like my words, not words, but like it felt like very eccentric.
Yeah.
So I like the way that feels.
Thank you.
Ate that up.
Thank you.
What are some wild stories that you have? If you have any wild stories about creating the album, like any kind of like, when you hear artists talk about like, I try to get this feature, or this was hard to do, or trying to get this sample clear. Did you have any?
Fortunately, no sample clearance issues. Also, I'm at a space where no one even know if I sampled them. Fortunately, I am not getting sued because no one gives a fuck about the 3 cents I'm generating.
Disney would.
Did he come after me?
They came after Cat Williams because he was going under Cat in the Hat for a while.
Wow.
And they sent him a cease and desist letter.
That was a long time ago, too.
Yeah. Because that was like when he first came out. I was listening to the Shannon Sharp interview. I think he said it then.
Damn, that's trash.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm not going to sample Disney. Really. It's good to know.
Don't do it.
Never in my life.
Yeah.
Crazy stories. I guess it could be considered crazy. It's kind of like, it's a good crazy.
We love those.
But like, meeting my people who are my friends now, Fia and Maya, who are on the intro and the outro, on With the Feeling and on Grip, singing. there are two people that like I was connected with on Instagram, but I didn't really know them. I had met Fee like one time in passing at an event, and I hadn't met Amaya in person. We just connected on Instagram, I think from like an artist that we both fucked with in the Bay or something. But I had With a Feeling, but I knew I wanted like vocals on it. I knew I needed something more to make it more special. Goes back to the collaboration part. Like, yeah, that song without them on it it's not.
They have beautiful voices too.
Amazing. They're not like the song is not what it is without them.
Side note before I forget, I always wanted you to connect with Kayla. She can sing, and I think she would be perfect.
Tap me with Kayla. Please.
I told her the other day, I'm like, I need y'all to tap in because she can really sing. And
she's coming tonight.
Yeah, she's coming tonight, so I'm going to tell her to talk to you. Well, she's going to talk to you anyway, but
yeah,
it needs to happen because she has a beautiful voice, like beautiful, and she could play the piano. And I really want her to become an artist. She could do it.
If she wants someone to be on her ass about that shit, I'll be that person.
Please.
All right.
Get her in the studio. Get her in the studio. Get Ella May in the studio.
Ella May. Ella K.
Ella K. Okay. Sorry.
But yes, I had put out like an Instagram story. Like I guess at this point this was like early this year. I guess when I was starting to like finish the album, or late last year, one of the two. I was like, who would be down to sing on this song I have? And like 5 people responded. I was like, I'm down. All right, so I put everyone in a group chat. And I was trying to figure it out. And actually, this was like fall of 23. But I like wanted to do it around like maybe September of last year. Do this like studio session. And then things happened. Things got in the way. I was playing other things, doing shows or, life stuff. And like 2 months, 3 months passed by. And I tapped back into the group chat. I was like, is anyone still down? Because it was like months. I was like, my bad. And Fee and Maya responded back, and someone else did. I think my homie Leo. And we set up a day. And I was trying to figure out when to do it. And I think I was just like, one day I was like, anyone free tonight? And Fee and Maya were like, yeah. And I was like, all right, sick. So we went and rented out Studio X in Oakland, where my friend MJ works at, where Fee does music at sometimes too. And my original idea was to have like a 5-person choir. Ended up being just the 2 of them, but I think that was a great thing to happen because one, it just made the session easier to navigate because it was just 4 of us. It was me, Fee and Maya, and then MJ helping run the session.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Is producer and engineer the same thing?
They are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, producer is someone who is like
makes the beats,
making the beat, or like helping to compose stuff, and the engineer is there's different types of engineers. You can be like someone who's like a vocal engineer where you're like helping record artists, or you can be like a mixing engineer where you're mixing all the tracks, or a mastering engineer where you're mastering the song.
Oh, adding ad-libs and stuff. Do you do that too?
Yeah, I do all the steps myself, except I can do the mastering, but for the album I had my friend do the mastering because it's just a bigger process. So yeah, we all had the session, and I had sent them the song With a Feeling beforehand, like the part I wanted to sing, so they were kind of familiar with the song. And the session was just like really magical, and we all of us just clicked right away. Like we were just like friends, like off the bat. Like good. The energy was just so like natural between the 4 of us. And also at that time, Fee and MJ were already a couple.
Okay.
So they had their chemistry there. But Amaya, we had met Amaya, we got along with her super well, and like vice versa. And then they just like built out the whole singing part of With a Feeling. And it was just a really beautiful night. Yeah. Like, it was a really valuable studio session, and it created like something really special.
How do you feel after one of those? Like when you have a really good studio session, like what is that feeling like? It's like a high, huh?
Yeah. And I have like very few actual studio sessions. I do almost all my stuff in my house, in my room, or at my friend's house maybe. But most of the stuff for the album was done just like on my computer in my room.
Yeah. So I need to take a picture of that setup too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I haven't had a lot of like a studio, like an official, like going to a recording studio and like working with people. So that was actually probably my first actual session
with people
for real, like in the studio, like with the booth and with someone doing that. That's probably my first time actually like having a session for myself. So I like gone and hung out at a studio, but I hadn't like done my own session at a studio before. And so it was just it was so sick.
That's so cool.
It was so cool.
Let's get into your creative process. So are you the kind of person who needs to be like inspired and then like work on something, or are you the kind of person who's just like, I'll work on it like all the time, just every day, a little bit every day?
Usually it's more of the first. I need to be inspired, or it has been for majority of when I've been making music, like having to be in a space like, oh, I feel like doing something right now. But one thing I had to get better at with this album, especially like finishing it, was just being disciplined. Because there's a point in time where like a few months went by, in probably like late 23, where I was just sitting on
Music,
partially done songs. Like I was like dreading like mixing the songs, or just like re-recording certain parts. And I had to eventually be like, I'm never gonna put this album out for real if I don't actually schedule and plan days to finish things. So I think it was like January or February of this year where I like wrote out, I was like, all right, I want to finish mixing this album by like, it was like the first week of April. So I wrote out like every week for like 10 weeks, I guess it was. And then like by the day, like the thing to do for each day for those weeks. I was like, just mix this one thing, just record this one thing, and like chip away at it so I could actually get it done instead of just sitting there and being like, oh, it's gonna come out
when it comes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So what the fuck's the point of that?
Yeah.
You know? So I had to get better at the discipline part.
Yeah. What is it like? Has that been hard to do? Getting better at the discipline part, or has it kind of got easier once you got into like a groove, or is it always just going to be hard?
I think it's definitely easier, and it's easier when it's something for me. It's my own art, my own music. You know, if I had like a deadline for something else that wasn't mine, I wouldn't be as excited about it. But I had all like having all that music and not being able to like actually share it. That made me lock in and be like, all right, let me just like actually finish it so I can put it out. Because I also have all these ideas that can only exist once the music is out in the world. Like I have these shows I want to do. I have these things like these different like, you know, creative ideas, visual ideas. It's like they can't even start to happen if the music isn't out.
Yeah.
So I gotta actually like put that out so I can get to everything else I want to get to. You know?
What's been the most exciting part about being in this space and this as an artist and like creating and stuff like that?
I think seeing different ideas come together, and whether it's like a live show or a video or doing like photo shoots. I think right now, especially doing the shows, they're really special. Cause like last year I did my first like headline show, I organized my own event, and like at that time, none of the songs were released. It was all unreleased stuff. Basically, it's all album stuff.
Yeah.
It's exciting now to do them because one, like I've sat with them longer. I've gotten better at performing them, and now the music is out. People can actually listen and then go listen to it again. It's kind of like fucked to do a song
and then now they don't
where
remember
is
it. Yeah.
It doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that's kind of trash. So, you know, it took me a whole year. Like from June to May, that's a long time. But like now, at least the album is out. Now I have like merch around it, so I have an opportunity to like make money from it. So that's also very exciting. Is being able to give myself an opportunity to make money off of my art and be able to pay people off the art. That's very exciting.
Is it hard when you, for instance, like, is it hard being creative and like seeing how people receive it?
No,
not at all.
No, I only make music for myself.
That's good. That's the best way to do it. How do you make sure you do that? Because I know as a human, I feel like we all have our ways of, especially in your music, you can tell that you're very introspective. So like, how do you manage being able to just like recognize like, no, this is for me. I'm doing this for me. Because I know sometimes it can get hard not to think of like, oh, how is someone going to feel about this? Or I hope they like this. Or what if they don't like this? Like, how do you get over the self-doubt part of it?
I think just in general in my life, I don't give a shit what people think about anything. Like honestly, I'm just like very much myself, and I have my interests. And I'm just not self-conscious about like any of my like decisions, choices, things I like. You know, like people at this point, like almost everyone in my life knows, like, all right, I'm not gonna invite Gabe out to drink. There's a pointless conversation. Like he's not gonna go to the bar or club. I'm not even gonna talk to him about that. Yeah. You know, I'm like steadfast in that. Like I don't enjoy that space. I don't like alcohol. Like that's not my vibe. We can kick it over here. Yeah. you know.
You're creative without drugs. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't.
I want to try like shrooms and stuff though, and see what
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I just don't. I don't make music for anybody. And it probably also comes from like the fact that I write from just a very honest space.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm so, like I refuse to like bullshit in my music. Even like in the lyrics, like saying things, I won't say stuff I don't know about or don't do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
You know, which makes it kind of, for me, maybe I'm in my head about it, but it makes it kind of hard for me to make music sometimes, cause like I'm just not gonna front or just say shit to say shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Because it sounds cool.
cause it sounds cool.
It's not you.
No.
Yeah. I think it's a Taurus thing, honestly, because I'm like very similar. I don't want to do any this is me. This is who I am. I accept myself. If you don't, that has nothing to do with me.
Yep.
And I think with time, I've gotten more comfortable with that and not so apologetic about it. Because I used to be so afraid and sad about it, or like self-conscious about how I'm all like, I consider myself very weird and quirky and like, you know, whatever. But I used to hide that part. I used to be very reserved. Like, you know, in college, I was very reserved, very quiet, very tomboy, and really afraid to express my like self, my sexuality, like who I am. And now I think the more you tap into yourself, the more you're comfortable with yourself, it's so much easier to navigate through this world because you have nothing to prove. Yeah. Who are these people? Yeah. And it's really important to have that. I'm really proud of you for that because, and it shows. It really does, especially in the music, because it's like, I don't know. I can't describe how much I feel like your music is such a breath of fresh air. It really just feels like you are so comfortable with your space. But what else are you trying to look forward to like doing next? Like what's something you want to branch out into start doing in your music?
I was talking to my friend Alex, who's the one that's done like a bunch of photo shoots. He's done all like the flyers for me. That's all my closest friends and like a great collaborator. I was telling him like I want to put out an EP, maybe like earlier next year, like mid next year, where it's just like just straight rap. And I say that in a sense of like I don't really ever just like rhyme to rhyme necessarily, just say things that sound cool. Like I it's hard for me to do that. It always ends up being like something introspective or thoughtful or whatever the fuck, which is cool, but it gets very tiresome. And also like I'm in a space now where I'm like, when I'm making songs, I'm thinking about how I can perform them. And I don't always want to be performing heavier shit.
That is something to think about when you're making music. Like, is this going to be exciting to perform? Am I going to be excited to do this? What kind of songs are you excited to like perform, like on your album now?
Right now, I like doing Tend to Be a lot. I like doing all of them in a sense. And I say that because like for the show tonight, having other people perform with me, it allows me to kind of like deconstruct the songs and then do them differently. Yeah. Where I have like a couple songs I'm doing tonight that I haven't done before, but I'm doing them in a different rendition. It's gonna be more of like a like an acoustic stripped down version of these songs. So like we're gonna like I haven't performed my song Composure yet at all. Mostly because it's literally just I only have one verse and everything else is other people. So it's hard to perform a song with. That's another thing. I need to write more songs where it's two verses of me. Because like the majority of this album is like one verse.
Yeah, and like
it's really
people's
awkward.
Voices.
Yeah, which is great. But then again, like when it comes to live performing, the track list gets really minimal for songs I can do. Because I have like 30 seconds of a song. Like what the fuck am I doing one verse for? So having other people perform with me, I can like take all these songs and then reimagine them. And then reimagine them. And have like Fina Maya sing certain parts. MJ can play the keys differently. Yeah. And it helps me, like honestly, the way we do Tend to Be stripped down live, I like it even more than the actual song version.
Ooh, would you ever do a live album? Yeah. That would eat.
That's an idea I have too.
That would eat.
I want to do that. I performed with a band a couple times earlier this year, and I want to do a whole version of the album live, full
that
band,
would eat.
Singers, everything.
That would eat.
That's an idea in my head for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm so excited for that. What is like a goal that you want? Like, okay, let's say we're going to go into La La Land. This is not La La Land. This is the future.
Prediction.
So yeah, this is my magic crystal ball right here. If I can figure out how to edit, I will put a magic crystal ball right here. And so say, what would be your goal or something that you would be, where do you want to be in like 3 years when it comes to the music? You have 1 album out, 2 albums out. How many albums out by then? Or what are you up to?
3 years from now, I probably have at least 1 more album. And definitely, I would say in like, if you want to say projects, so like with an EP or something, I'd probably say like at least 3 more between now and then. Within 3 years, I want to be completely like living off of my music, where my job and my income is fully off of art, whether it's like doing shows, selling merch, any capacity where I'm not working a regular job anymore. Like I'm working for myself. Yeah. At that point, that's definitely the goal within 3 years, is to be doing this shit full time. Which I think I'm like close to breaking into like the first level of that space.
Are you technically an independent artist?
Yeah. So, like I want to have like someone like Zanisha working with me now. Like that's the first step. I want to have a full team within 3 years. I'm a full team built out to where I'm basically just like always focused on creating, and I'm still tapped in with all these other pieces of what's going on. But I want to have like a booking agent, a tour manager, a day-to-day manager, like people that can help me, because I think that's how I will ascend faster. Yeah. And I've seen other artists. There's this artist named Chris Patrick I fuck with a lot. He actually is right now. He's opening up for Russ on a European tour.
Oh shit.
And he's been like popping for like the last like 2-3 years in a really like underground sense. And he's super good. But he has a really great team built around him that's helping him ascend faster. Where people like doing outreach, like reaching out to different, whether it's a platform, a publication, reaching out to venues. Like I could do all that myself. It would take forever. Yeah. And I'd be really tired. And then everything would also be probably done at a lower level. Yeah. Than if I just did like this thing really well. Yeah. And then like Zanisha, you reach out to media, you make these connections. Then we can, you know, get back and talk about it. But that's the big thing I think that I want and need. I don't want to do all this shit by myself. Like I want to have people I trust, and I can just like say, here, please do this for me, and then we'll.
What have you been surprised about since being in this like industry and learning about all the ins and outs and stuff?
You know what's funny? I had this talk with it's really funny with my partner Nova. She asked me like a similar question, and I almost like interrupted her, and I was like, I hate the term industry. I hate that. And she was like, my bad. I was like, I'm not.
Why?
Like, you know, I see a lot of like upcoming artists, like they'll start to put out music, and then they'll say they're in the music industry. One, you're not. You release some songs on like Spotify. You're not in an industry. And I think a lot of artists also like will blame their faults on the industry, quote unquote, or they'll just like kind of frame like, oh, I'm being held back, like I'm overlooked, I'm undervalued,
or playing like the victim role. Yeah.
When it's like, I don't know, people think they have to like operate in this corporate space of art, and especially when it comes to like streaming. Like where I'm at right now, I put zero value in streaming as far as like what it actually like provides immediately, because the payout is so minimal. Like it takes a lot of streams to make $1, whereas I could sell my actual album for $20. And that's, look at all the, like, that would take so many streams to get that $20.
Yeah, you did something different. You had it on Even, right?
Yes.
Explain that, because it was different. Like you pay for it on that thing, and then like you listen to the music on Even, and then a week later it was released on all platforms. Yeah. So it's like, explain how that happened.
So I did a release party at a place called Nectar Social Club in Oakland. Love them. And so I kind of doubled up like buying a ticket to the show with buying the album. And the
Very smart.
And the album was Pay What You Want. And I did this. I want to say my number one inspiration right now as far as this goes is La Russell. Like, if you don't know about La Russell, you need to check him out. Like, he is the blueprint for what an indie artist should and needs to be. Like, he's a genius, and his whole team, they're all geniuses. But he's a part owner, I think, of Even. But he's been doing this Pay What You Want plan for so long, for everything. Yeah. And so I was really inspired. I was like, let me try this out. It's a digital album. It's coming out. You can get the early release. and get a ticket to the show, pay what you want. And the big thing I remember hearing him say was like, I do this pay what you can, because he was like, if you put a price on something, someone can pay you more if they want to. He was like, they only give you $10.
Yeah.
But if I make it pay what you want, someone could give me $80 for this because they really want to.
Yeah.
So you're preventing yourself from making more money by having a fixed price. And that I heard that, and I was like,
that's genius.
You're fucking smart as hell.
That's genius.
So,
and then also for people who can't afford it, to like a certain, like, $9.99, it's not, for some people that might be too much for them at the time. So
exactly.
They still get to help you or contribute because they respect you, they like you, and that's what they have.
Exactly.
So that's good. Yeah, that's very smart. I didn't even. That's genius.
And that's also his point. He's like, people can afford less, and they might double back later. And give you more because they can now.
Because the fact that you gave them an option.
Exactly.
Because it shows that you're considerate and you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very smart.
So that was like, I was like, I gotta do that. And ended up being where like my average purchase price on Even was like $17.
Wow.
Per, like, most people paid like at least like $12-13 for the album. Which if I priced it at like 10, I would have missed out on literally hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds.
I think I had like up to right now I have like 33 sales, and it's like $550.
Wow.
In total. And then also from that, what's nice about Even is you can do very detailed splits. So like everyone that was involved, I can give them an actual percentage of the album. Mm-hmm. So I'm not making $550. I think I made like $280 off that, and then like all my collaborators got a piece.
Yeah, I definitely got an email about that too. I need to go look at it too.
So it's like it won't be like the biggest amount of money.
Yeah, but it's
the fact that you still made something from it. I remember like when the first payout came, like Fee and Meyer were like, "What's this money from Even?" I was like, "It's because you helped make the album."
Yeah, literally, I think like a week after it was, maybe not even a week, like 2 weeks. I saw an email. I'm like, oh shit! But I was confused where I was from. I'm like, where is this money coming from? And I'm like, why am I getting paid for this?
Yeah.
I still haven't cashed out. I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna cash out.
That's
soon.
okay. We'll add to it.
I was like, I'm gonna let that build a little bit. Can't wait because it's gonna be. It's a novel. It's gonna come. Things can always come back too and even make more money.
Yes.
Because a lot of people. That's a lot of things that happen with a lot of artists. What kind of trends do you not like in the music world? I'm not gonna say industry.
You learned, yeah. And to tie that back in, let me just like finish the point on the industry part real quick. Is like you can operate in a space that's different. You don't have to be signed. You don't have to like exist in this weird, like, people act like they once they like make music, they have to be in a transactional society. Everything has to be like, what can you do for me thing. Like, just be a fucking good person and meet people that are like you. Like, that's why I hate the term industry, because for me, I've been able to do all these really cool things just based off like really great artists who are good people in the Bay Area or even like in other spaces. Like, that's why I don't like how many artists feel like they have to go to LA to do something. It's like, bro, like, go somewhere else. Or like, and also people go to LA and then say, oh, LA's fake. No, it's because you're around all the people trying to get shit from other people in LA. Yeah,
you're around transactional people, and so you attract what you are.
Then you just say, oh, it's an industry holding back. Like, no, bro, you're just shitty at what you do. You're a bad person. Your music sucks or something. It's like, it could be so simple. But as far as trends, I hate the multi-version of a song thing. The sped up, slowed down, acapella.
Really?
I hate when you drop a song and then it's like 8 different versions.
Yeah.
I think that's whack.
Yeah.
Personally.
Do you have, I feel like it's more of a TikTok thing. I feel like TikTok has changed the music world in a lot of ways, because it's just like everyone is very much so attention spanny and stuff like that.
But maybe use a song like as the music for a TikTok video or something.
What would you want people to get out of your music?
I think I would like people to I think be encouraged to be themselves. I think that's one thing. Whenever I meet someone or I'm friends with someone, like, I really encourage them to do things that make them happy, or like things they're good at, or things that I see like they might not be putting effort into that they could, that they're like, that's special to them. Especially when it comes to creative stuff. Like, any friends I have that like are on the fence about doing something creative, I'm like, you should do that. I like try to push them to like really like pursue that, or give it more time. So I would hope that people listening to my album can like maybe take a piece of what I'm saying in terms of like, not everything has to be so monumental in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really okay to like be good to yourself. Like, you don't have to beat yourself up for every little mistake or what you view as a mistake. Like, I see a lot of people do that. A lot of people, like I said, like whether it's imposter syndrome or just like being very, very negative themselves over every little thing, because that perfectionist mindset. It's just like, you know, be a good person to yourself first, for sure. You know, and like also being nice doesn't mean being a doormat. You know,
message.
People need to understand, like, being a kind person doesn't mean you just like let everyone just do whatever the fuck they want with you. Yeah. Like, you can tell someone to fuck off. Yeah. And be a great person.
Yeah. It's called boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely. And I learned that too. I learned that this year, how important it is to have boundaries, how important it is to just, because I consider myself a very kind person, but like, you know, sometimes you gotta tell people what the fuck be going on, you know? Yeah. Did you, since it took you a minute to get good at producing and writing and all this stuff, did it ever come a point where you just was like, do I want to keep on doing this? Or, because like self-doubt can be really damaging. Honestly, never. Damn, you really just ate that whole up. You know, okay.
Like even when I was putting out the songs, I look back at now, I'm like, that's not good. Like in the moment, I was like confident in it. I was like happy with it. I was like, let's just share it.
Okay.
You know, I was never
I like that mindset.
I never had a moment where I was like, I'm really trapped. Like there were times, like I always knew like I wasn't making stuff that was really good back in like 2014, 15, 16. But like in the moment, I was really about it.
And you had fun.
I had fun. Like I look back and cringe now at some shit. I'm like, that's really bad. That's not good at all. That's not lit. Like that's not gonna get re-uploaded.
Which one is it?
On SoundCloud. I
want to know.
There's a song called Don't Forget Me. That is probably only on Sound. I'm actually private of that shit, to be honest with you. I don't remember if it's still up. But oh man, there's stuff that's deep on the SoundCloud, like the first couple releases. I'll show you after the podcast. But it's so bad. Like, and it's objectively bad, where it's like there's no character in the voice. I sound rigid. Like I'm doing something with my voice. It's like I'm rapping, but I'm like giving like a class speech. Oh. Where like there's no character energy, nothing. It's just like this weird stiff tone the whole time. I couldn't even do that on purpose now. Wow. So I don't know how I was doing it back then. I just didn't.
It's probably because you're getting used to it. Like, you know, I feel like it really is like you need to have like the trash phase, the okay phase. So that's why it's important to keep on going. Yeah. Exactly. You need to be trash so you can know the difference.
Most of us are gonna be really bad at something when we first start. There's very few like
I had to realize that too.
Kids like there's this kid. He just put out an EP. Kid named Kai Crusade from Chicago. He's like 16. Wow. He's put this EP out that's incredible. I'm like, bro, he's just one of them. Like, you can't just walk out the gate. Like what I'm listening to on the project, I'm like, you're 16.
It's like Willow Smith. She wrote
The Whip.
Bro, there's a song called Female Energy, and she wrote it when she was 14. And it's one of the most beautiful songs ever. I still listen to it, like, not every day, but I still listen to this day. It's not anywhere besides on YouTube and SoundCloud. But she has Female Energy, too, that's on Apple Music and all that stuff. But 14 writing a song like that is crazy. I was just like, you are whatever. Get dressed. She just ate down. I love her so bad.
Some people just got it.
They like just that. Get it.
But most of us are not that.
Yeah, and okay. I hate that. You know, because when I was first starting podcasts, I hate if I'm not good at something right away, I panic and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not for me. Oh, and so I have a crash out. So when I started the podcast, and I was like. Fuck. When I started the podcast and I was hearing my voice, I was getting so annoyed. And like I would record, like I told you earlier, I would like if I didn't get it right the first time, I would start all over again. Not realizing I can just edit the part that I'm messing up on.
That's actually wild. Out. But at the same time, you like got more reps in on accident.
Yeah. So. I need to keep on getting more reps in. It's a process. I feel like with anything, I'm giving myself more grace though. I think that is really important. You just gotta keep on doing it until you do it, and you know.
And appreciate what you are doing well.
Yeah, because like I can still listen back to some episodes and be like, I ate that up. There's still episodes I listen to that I don't listen to. Can't listen to.
You don't like.
You don't like it at all.
You're talking about it.
Like That's So Not Enough. That episode I hate.
What's the reason for that? Why don't you like it?
Mainly, it's one of the first episodes I recorded with the video, and I typically was afraid to do video because I just don't like seeing my face on camera. Sometimes I just get like self-conscious, but not anymore. I'm working on it. I'm not self-conscious about like my like video per se. It's just I don't know. I felt like it was very me talking and pointing, so I feel like I was talking at people. And every time I listen back to that episode, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're still going through that. Like, so
I kind of get that.
yeah, but it's okay. That's okay. Well, let's do the draft. Okay, I'm really excited. So for the draft, I want us to pick. Let me write it. We're creating our dream team. You're gonna create your own dream team. I'm gonna create my own dream team. So these are our dream team people who are gonna be part of making an album together.
Okay, cool.
So we have one producer,
Damn.
2 writers,
2 writers,
1 artist, 1 creative director,
okay,
and then 2 features. First, let's start with the producer. I already have mine.
Okay.
And you can't pick the same person I picked, and I already know you're gonna pick this person because I saw them in your thing. So I'm gonna go first because I want to take him.
Okay.
Kanye.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a really good one.
saw his album when you're in your room. So
Producers. Oh, there's so fucking many. One, honestly, and he's like much newer, but I think he's gonna be like will legitimately go down as like one of the greatest ever. Monty Booker.
I've never heard of him.
He's one that does like almost all the Smino stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he's starting to branch out into doing other people's stuff too, but he's so diverse and so unique with what he does.
Unique? Sorry.
Unique. But he's like the perfect blend of like the things that Pharrell and Timbaland and Kanye were doing. But he's just expanded all of that, and it's like he's grown it so much.
Yeah.
And he's so young. He's not. I don't even think he's 30 years old yet. But he's just like some people are just savants. You just get it. So like the way he does stuff is so inspirational. I think that's the guy.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 writers. I'll let you go first.
Okay. 2 writers.
Give you an option to give you because we can't use the same people.
Yeah. I think one of them will probably end up being the artist and writer.
Okay.
Combined. Just 'cause I love rappers so much. But I know for sure one writer's gonna be Wale.
Okay.
For sure. That's
like
honestly, he's like who I want to be when I grow up kind of sense. Like I see like myself in him.
I can see that.
A lot. The way he operates, the way he speaks,
He's
all
poetic.
these things. Yeah.
Very poetic.
Like that spoken word part on Grip, that was
I can understand that.
I was inspired by Wale to do that. You know.
Oh wow. When you put it like that, that makes so much sense. Okay.
Like that was the blueprint for me. So I say for sure Wale, and then another writer.
I'll go while you think.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one writer I would have is Victoria Monet.
That's a good one.
I think her pen is crazy. Landed like a airplane if you can't hold it or something like that on one song. She's iconic for that. Kryptonite, something I can't remember the lyric at the top of my head, but just the way her blend on words and just I'm so excited for her future, even though she's been in the game for a really long time. I'm glad that she's finally getting like that recognition. A Taurus woman, love her down.
Yeah.
Taurus women are just nasty. They just love a nasty song. Like
her and Kehlani. It's some freaky ass shit.
Taurus women.
This is some out of pocket shit. Yeah, for real. Right here.
Right here. In the house, Your Honor. But yeah.
You said Victoria and who else?
Okay, Victoria. Who else would be my next writer?
I have like someone in my brain right now.
Damn. Okay, I have mine.
Okay.
The Dream.
Ooh.
I think he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes some good.
Victoria and Dream together?
Yeah, that would eat bad.
And then them just strictly writing.
Okay. Kanye with the beats. Oh,
with Dream and Victoria?
I'm eating.
You know what I'm gonna say? I think as far as like writing goes, like I take the writing part so fucking seriously. I would say Mariba. She's incredible. Like there's very few people who like write things. It's her or it's Jamila Woods.
Ooh. Hey, I like those.
Yeah. I'm actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna keep Wale.
Okay.
Keep Wale, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna stay with Mariba.
Okay.
As far as writing, I think just the way she phrases things and the way she says things is so unique and so like insightful and special. And the way she chooses, like the way she sings, she doesn't oversing.
We should probably do the artist first, but I like to go, a little different.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Who's artist? I might have to think about this one because I was gonna say Beyonce off rip because that's just iconic. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with myself. It's Beyonce.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I tried.
She already got your dream there.
Yeah.
With Victoria too?
With Victoria and Kanye? Oh, it's about to eat.
Victoria's basically like Beyonce baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
In terms of like performance.
And Beyonce has so much she can do with her voice, and she's so detailed, and I know that she will steer the ship in the direction that I know I want it to go. So I trust her. Yeah.
As you should.
As I should, yeah. Okay.
Artist, I mean.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not me.
You should pick you.
I wouldn't say me. I would say it's Mia.
Oh, okay.
It's not that I'm not like, I just know like there's just things I can't do.
Yeah.
And.
Now.
What was that?
Now.
That's true. Now.
Yeah.
Yes. For now, I would say, I'll go with Smino as the lead man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Your producer was his.
Monty.
Yeah.
Monty Booker, and then Wale and Mariba writing.
Okay, so who would be your creative director?
That's a good one. Creative director.
I have mine.
You wanna go ahead?
Do I want him to create this though? Because I was gonna say Tyler the Creator, but
That's a really good one.
think that style probably won't mesh well as much with Beyonce the way I want it to. Beyonce is already, I think, a good creator in that. But I would probably Tiana Taylor has done a lot of creating.
Tiana, yeah, that'd be a good one. And that would make sense.
Yeah, Tiana Taylor.
Tiana, like creative and styling Beyonce.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm eating.
That's good. You got a superstar.
I'm doing a dream team.
Big superstar.
Yeah.
Creative director. That's a really good question.
Because that's really important, especially in this day. Like you need that someone who's like super eccentric or can really complete an assignment.
Yeah.
And I think Tiana would do that very well.
For sure. Yeah, she directs videos. She directs all that stuff. She acts.
She doesn't get enough credit. Beyonce. No. Tiana, her album, the last album, I can't remember the name of it at the top of my head right now, but that album was amazing. Great work. And the way she sings, dance, she has everything. I don't understand why it hasn't. Because I know she's retired now. I've seen her perform too, and she performs very well. I don't even like going to concerts. And
really?
I don't. I don't like standing.
That's why I get the balcony seats whenever I can.
I don't like standing.
I feel that.
So, yeah. But she's really good. She had me standing the whole night. I was I wanted to get caught up on that stage.
You trying to let it go. Trying to let it loose. Tiana show.
Yeah.
Creative director. That's a really
I think Tyler would be good with yours.
Tyler would be really good.
They kind of have the same kind of style too, in a way.
Yeah.
Eccentric, different, alternative.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go Tyler.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like that. Features.
The vision.
Two features. Okay. I think I might go out of pocket. Oh, I already have one. Charlie Wilson has to be on it. Anytime I want Kanye and Charlie Wilson in the studio at all times.
Yep.
I never want them apart. Stick together.
Please.
I need an ad-lib. I need an ooh-wee in the background every time.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Immediately.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I like that. Let me think of another feature that I want.
Features.
Let me look at. Ooh.
Trying to think of someone every time they come on. I'm like, yup.
Cleo Soul. Beyonce and Cleo Soul together.
That's interesting.
Oh my god.
That's really interesting.
I need this to happen.
For real.
I might need a rapper though. Hold on.
That could be sick, honestly.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, and actually it's crazy because you're wearing her shirt.
Aaliyah?
I need a Leah feature. I need a Leah feature on this.
I hate you right now.
Yeah. I need that.
I hate you.
She's one of my favorites. I need a Leah on there.
I hate you. Okay.
First one, Leah. I think the second one too.
I would have to say
Aaliyah on a Monty. that's basically just like an
Whoa.
evolved Timbaland. Like
And
it's gonna
Smino?
go crazy.
Yikes.
With Mariba writing
Oh.
and Wale, that's gonna be nuts.
And a Tyler creator. Wow, this is. We need to put this together.
Talk about
We need to talk
eccentric
to
as
them.
fuck.
We
Yeah.
need to talk to them people
Can y'all
so they can do this
for real?
Yeah, I think I would. My features would have to be Charlie and Cleo. I feel like
fuck with
Cleo
that.
would be the healing part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I would love to see Beyonce and Cleo together, just to see how that sound. Because they both have very.
Has she ever worked with someone in that lane?
I don't think so. I feel like I don't see her work with any. I don't think she has features.
True. That's, you know,
I don't think Cleo does any features ever.
Cleo doesn't really do features, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Never.
you're right. She's not really.
She's in her own little box, and I love
there.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That'd be
Cleo,
special. Hearing Beyonce go into that space would be really interesting, where it's just like this soft, wholesome music. That'd be so sick.
A healing album, like Cowboy Carter was already pretty much, I feel like, healing.
Right.
Renaissance was the real healing.
Yeah.
But Beyonce, the work that you have put in, the things that you have done, the blends, I just can't get enough of her. I think
special.
She's amazing. She's very special.
Very special.
Very special. We're never gonna get anything like that again, which is good.
Probably not, huh?
Which is good. We're all unique.
Yeah.
Unique.
Unique. I'll say for a second feature, who am I gonna pick out here in this big world?
In this big, big world.
There's so many options. I think I would take. It's got Aaliyah for one.
That is crazy. Aaliyah feature. Insane.
I'm kind of leaning towards Isaiah Rashad.
Woo.
I think it'd be sick. Something
Yeah.
different.
That'd be really different.
And that'd be tight. Something real.
He has a song called Nelly, and I used to say it was up for me. He read it for me.
He did.
It was for me.
Yeah.
I'll wait to.
That's OG Isaiah Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's like 2014 probably.
Yeah, it was a minute.
Yeah.
That was a minute.
Damn it, dog.
Damn it, dog. Okay, so my producer was Kanye. My writer was The Dream and Victoria Monet.
Poppin'.
And then my artist was Beyonce.
Got to be.
My creative director was Tiana Taylor.
Dash poppin'.
And then my features were Cleo Soul and Charlie Wilson. Because I need Charlie Wilson and Kanye in the studio at all times together.
Yep.
Please get in the studio now.
Please.
Yeah. And then yours?
Mine, I had Monty Booker producing. The writers, I had Mariba and Wale.
Mm-hmm.
Artist was Smino. Creative director Tyler, the creator.
Mm-hmm.
And then the features were Aaliyah and Isaiah Rashad.
That,
Random as hell.
we're eating.
Yeah.
Eating.
So random, but it works.
Well, that's the end of this episode. Thank you, Gabe, so much for coming on. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on any social media platform. It's Gabe, ITSAYGABE. Any streaming platform, it's Gabe, AY, separate word, GABE with an exclamation point. You can catch me outside in the world too, in the Bay Area. We got, in real time, we have a show tonight.
Yeah.
By the time you hear this episode, it's going to be happened. It was sick.
And there will be a vlog attached to it, so if you want to see parts of it, check out That's So Thinkative's YouTube.
And then, we're working on LA show, you know what I'm saying? Pull up, maybe
I can't wait to see you in LA.
Maybe do a crossover Thinkative.
Yes.
Show, I work on that.
Yeah. My people will talk to your people.
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
people is my people, and your
It's
people
really
is
you and
also
me.
my people.
It's only one person. It's her name. It starts with Z. That's it. She's talking to herself.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm so proud of you.
Appreciate you as well.
And yeah,
So proud of you.
thank you guys. Yay.
It's doing great.
Bye. Wow, we ate that up. Yay. Where's the mouse at?
Ooh, it's gone. There it is.
There it is.
Hour 25. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's solid.
That's very solid. I'm very proud of us.
Same.
We did that. And it was, I was so nervous about it. And I'm so glad that I allowed myself to be nervous.